think I'm definitely a little guilty of doing that type of thing. I think I
Man.
I think
Just a little
personally
bit,
I
just a little bit,
definitely
just a
need
little bit,
to
Just a little bit.
just a little bit.
clean that up a little bit.
Just
Maybe recently.
yeah,
Sometimes I
It's
get a
tough.
little emotional and I gotta check myself a little bit. Welcome back to the Triple Threat Podcast presented by Betlytics Sports Betting. Today's episode is something special. We're joined by one of the realest voices in the Ravens and NFL community, a man who's built a movement around passion, consistency, and keeping it clean. He's Ingravenvids or Justin on YouTube and all socials. Welcome to the
let's
podcast.
go.
How we doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I appreciate y'all having me on. How y'all doing, man?
Doing
Doing
good.
pretty good.
Good. Can't
Yeah.
complain, man.
Yeah.
Ready to talk some
That's-
football, honestly.
Yeah, it's been a long
Oh,
time
yeah.
for me.
Yeah, let's get into it, man. The preseason for Ravens, at least for everybody, it's starting tomorrow. Well, minus the Chargers and because they played last week. The Chargers and who was it? The Lions, I think.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
forgot who. But
Great
for
game,
everybody else,
Dude,
it's tomorrow.
I fell asleep halfway through it.
Hey, Trey.
Yeah, Hall of Fame game is it's a nice reminder that football is back. But if your team is not playing, then I usually watch like maybe 2 minutes,
I mean,
maybe three.
I was in the middle. I was far east. So like it was like 2 a.m. where I was watching the game.
Mm.
So it was like even harder to stay awake for that thing. I was like, I wanted to
Oh, yeah.
watch Trey Lance because I like the guy, but like
Oh yeah.
he looks good.
Yeah,
But
I don't know. It wasn't like it wasn't the most entertaining game, but it was nice
No.
to see
some football
see
for a
football
while.
back and like just some form of football. That's
if you don't like baseball, it's a sport that you like to watch.
yeah.
Hmm.
Trey Lance, look, he
I know.
definitely helped
baseball.
himself for possibly like getting another shot on like another team.
Yeah, you never know. Or just really solidifying that backup role behind
Herbert.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did well in Dallas last year. I watched him play live. He did well in the game he played.
Yeah, I mean he
He's a
I
pain in
mean, he
the
really
butt.
never really got a fair chance, at least in my opinion, in San Francisco.
He lost, but
Yeah, they gave up on him pretty quick. And they moved on and that was that. It was never the same for him.
Yes, I mean especially for giving up all the like draft capital they gave
3
up.
first-round picks, 2 or 3.
Oh god.
It was a
I
lot.
don't remember they gave up a lot though to move up and get him.
It was
Ooh.
it was way too much. But
That's a lot.
All right. So, before we get into like the actual football talk, we wanted to ask you. One of our first questions was, how did you like start your YouTube channel? Like, what was that process like, and how did you like build up the brand that you have now? So, like, what was like the origin story of it?
Well, I used to a long time ago. I used to watch this YouTuber named Duke the Killer, and he made Madden videos where he was just playing Madden with some of his boys, and he just be joking around with playing Madden, having a good time. And I was thinking, like, man, I do that all the time. I always play Madden with my boys, and I enjoy the game of Madden, and I feel like I could do the same thing. So, went out, got some recording equipment, and started making Madden videos. Started making those, and the channel got to like 27,000 subscribers. But then I I just wanted to talk about the Ravens. Started wanting to talk about the Ravens, and I started doing that. I started doing Madden videos and talking about the Ravens, and really just talking about football in general. And then I found out that I enjoyed that a lot more than doing the Madden videos. So I started a brand new channel, and started all the way over from scratch, and just continued talking Ravens. And on a new channel, while I was talking Ravens, I still was playing Madden on it a little bit, but then I got to the point where with Madden, I didn't enjoy recording it. I still enjoy playing it, but not recording it. So I stopped recording it and just focused on talking football, mostly Ravens, but just in the NFL in general. And just that was that. Just really fell in love with it. Just doing it really every single day. I would do when I was still working at my normal job. I would go out if some breaking news happened. I would go out, step out for a couple of minutes, record a video from my phone, and upload it. A lot of times it was just random live streams. And I would just leave. I would leave work real quick, step out, live stream about whatever was happening, and then get back into work. And it was funny because one day I was I was on with one of my guys who used to do YouTube. He doesn't do it anymore, but he was asking me. He was like, "Man, um, what if? Have you ever thought about if you were to go on a break while you're recording a video or something and you got fired for it?" And I was like, nah, I don't really think about it. If it happened, it happened, but I don't really think about it. But then in April of 2018, I had been at that job for about 3 years, and I got a promotion. But then in August of 2018, we came into work, and a whole department, they let us know that we all got laid off. So that's when I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna try the YouTube full time. We'll see how it goes or whatever, but I'm gonna try it full time. Um, and it worked out long term. It took a little bit, but it ended up working out. Doing it full time was something that I always felt that I could do, but just didn't have the time to do it. But when I got laid off from my job, that obviously opened up a whole lot of time for it. It definitely has its ups. It has its downs. It's very tough. It's extremely hard. It is not easy at all. I know a lot of people think when they look at people who do YouTube or content creation in general, they think, oh, you're just talking in front of a camera and just uploading a video. That's it. But it goes a lot deeper than that because you got to do research, you got to do editing. Even just building up an audience is extremely tough because the YouTube is extremely saturated. It's millions of people that do it. It's so many people that do it in just the NFL world alone, and even just Ravens fans, Ravens content creators. It's a lot of Ravens content creators, and they're really good too. So it's just a lot out there. So it's easy to sort of get lost in the mix. But you have to do what you need to do to stand out. Now, as far as with Team Keep It Clean, it's funny because I'm not a curse. I'm not somebody that curses. But I remember back when I would be like in parties and stuff on Xbox Live when I used to play Madden like a lot. If somebody came into the party and they came in there cursing, I'd be like, "Hey, no, we not doing that here." And one of my guys was like, "Yeah, you got to keep it clean. You got to keep it clean." And so that stuck with me. And when I started the video, I said, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna do Team Keep It Clean." And that was it from there. And what Team Keep It Clean? It's not even just about like not cursing. It's just really about something that's family friendly, but it's still we still have fun on the channel. But I wanted it to be something that was welcoming for everybody, whether it's somebody older, whether it's somebody younger, a mother, a father, a son, a daughter, grandparents, uncles, nieces, nephews, everybody. I wanted it to be where everybody can watch the channel, watch the videos, and everybody can enjoy it. It ain't got to be a kid where a kid is watching the videos like late at night and their parents come in the room and they got to turn it down because they hear something like vulgar, some bad language or something like that. Or even with parents on the flip side, if the parents are watching a video and then the kids walk into the room, the parents ain't got to be like, all right, we got to pause it so you don't hear none of that. No, I didn't want that. So I wanted something where everybody can enjoy it together to where we're just talking about football, talking about everything happening with the Baltimore Ravens. And another thing too, I wanted to create a space where fans had a say so where their voice could be heard because a lot of times as football fans we'll be watching the games and we could watch even our own team and we'd be like, oh man, you know what, I think they should do this or I think they should do that, and we may have some great ideas or whatnot, and not that those ideas will get implemented by the team, but we just want somebody to talk to about it. We want somebody to voice our opinion to about it, and that's what we do a segment on the channel in the videos called Questions from Team Keep It Clean, where people will send in questions and we'll answer them in a video, and that part of the videos that has helped me learn a lot because people will be breaking stuff down and they'll have these different viewpoints on so much stuff going on with the Baltimore Ravens, and really just NFL in general. And that has just opened my eyes to a lot of different things with the league, seeing stuff that I might not have seen before, paying attention to stuff that I might not have paid attention to before, and just really giving me more information and, like I said, just stuff to learn. So the channel is it's fun. Like I said, we have a good time. We usually put videos out every single day, and it's a lot. It is a lot. It's tough, but I'm very very appreciative of the opportunity to be able to do something like this.
Dang, that was good, bro.
Yeah.
Was it what was I gonna say? Have you been a Ravens fan most since you started watching football, pretty much?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I lived in Maryland, my uncle, he has tickets, he has season tickets to the Ravens game. And before I was really into football, I was like whatever about it. But then he took me to my first Ravens game and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. It was fun. It was fun to watch it. It was fun to see it. And it was just like nothing like it. I also was a big wrestling fan growing up, and still even now. But when I was growing up, I was a big wrestling fan, and one of my favorite things about wrestling, WWF back then, and WCW too, was just the pyrotechnics, the fireworks, the entrances, the music, the lights, all of that stuff. So when he took me to my first Ravens game, I'm like, oh, they had that. Like Ray Lewis was coming out there with the music, and he over there eating the grass and doing a squirrel dance, and they just everybody going crazy. And just the presentation that the Baltimore Ravens put on from their stadium, it was nothing like it. So I just fell in love with it, and just started understanding more and more about football, and then just appreciated it even more. And then something that the channel helped me appreciate even more, which I like it just as much as the games, is the business side of football. I love the transactions, the trades, who they sign in, why they should keep or not keep this person, stuff like that. I love stuff like that. Why they should or should not keep this coach, or who they if they move on from somebody, if they pick up all of that stuff. I love it. Because it's fun to think about. It's fun to sort of put pieces together, because a lot of times we can think, all right, well, the Ravens, they can sort of show us patterns and show us clues as to what they're going to do next. And when you figure that stuff out, it's super, super fun. It's just super, super fun, um, being able to like just think about all these different possibilities and all these different scenarios. And when a lot of those come to fruition, it's like, oh man, yeah, I figured that out. Or if you don't, if you get something wrong, then it's still fun. It's just fun. Every step along the way is fun. Like I keep saying, it is tough. It's extremely tough, but it's very, very fun. It's very, very rewarding. I think my favorite part about it is just the connections that are built with people. And I ain't talking about like, oh, connections, like, oh yeah, if I go to Baltimore and they gonna hook me up with this, but I mean like actual connections with people, talking to people who have support the channel, whether it be in the comment section, whether it be in person at any event that we've had before, where people will come through, or just seeing them at a football game or whatnot. Um, my goal when I first started was for however long a video is, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, for people to be able to get a little break from the real world. Because as y'all know, it's crazy out here. It's a lot of business that goes on literally every single day. And it's like we actually hear more about the bad stuff than we do about good stuff. So that can infiltrate people's minds, their brains, their thought process. It can mess up their mental. So I wanted the channel to be a safe space and a positive environment, a fun environment for people to just get a little break from all of that for like 10 to 15 minutes, for however long the video is. So that's probably my favorite part about the entire thing.
Yeah, I definitely think that's like that's our kind of like brand as well. Like keeping it like we're like what you said, like how anyone can watch it and like you don't have to worry about anything.
Right.
Because our podcast is definitely like Christian, like our faith first type thing. So like that way, like one, because we want it to be like we want to be like outward about that kind of
Be
stuff.
different a little bit.
Yeah, like different, make ourselves different in that way, but also show that like anyone could watch our stuff and like no one would have to worry about any of like the vulgar type stuff that's like that could be out there on YouTube, like football space. But
no, absolutely. Yeah, that's inspiring for real. Like, I think one of the other things is like our engagement, like getting to see people's like comments and like get questions from like people even outside when we have conversations about sports. It's so cool like to see people like that actually watch the videos and like actually like tune in enough that we can have conversation about what we talked about last week has been like it's been fulfilling for real, because it's just like been like, okay, so we know that what we're putting out there, actually people want to watch us and actually want to talk to us about it. So it's been like fulfilling in that way for sure. I don't know if you had anything else.
No, I agree 100% with that.
No, yeah, and that's real too. When you talk about just being upfront and vocal about your faith, I think that's important, because nowadays a lot of morals they get lost, and a lot of people they will say, "Hey, I'm this, I'm that, I'm a good person, whatever." They can put it in however way they put it, but if they get a certain sponsorship from somebody about whether it's about drugs, whether it's about it could be about anything where it will clash with their morals. They might be like, you know what? That's okay. I'll take that money. I'll take that bread because that's something that comes up a lot. There will be a lot of opportunities that you have to pass on if you are really true to your morals. And that's something where if I think faith is extremely important with something like that because you could look at it like, man, well, I don't really mess with that, but it's just a sponsorship. It's just making a quick little commercial or just advertising it real quick on the channel. And I'm just making the money from it. I ain't really getting involved in it. But even if you don't get involved in it, you promoting it. That says enough for your audience to where it could be conflicting. Like, oh, I thought these people were this, but they promoting that. That doesn't make any sense. And that happens literally every single year, all the time. And there can be a lot of lucrative offers too. Lucrative offers for all types of stuff, but it's very, very important to say no. And what can make it worse if, like, you might be thinking, "Oh man, ooh, I could use that money for this. I could use that money for that." Da da da. But again, that's where faith is important because if you just rely on yourself, oh, nah, I got it, but you don't rely on your faith, then yeah, it's a bad look for your morality. So I think it's important to stand on that faith and stand on their morals.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. All right, football stuff?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get into it. Let's do it.
All right. So some of the questions that I would like to ask are more Ravens based because I'm a Ravens fan. So I'd like to hear some of your thoughts on this. He's a Steelers fan.
Oh man, what's wrong with you, man?
Yes, sir. Come on now. Got the hat on ready for you, man. Come on now.
Oh man, throw that away, man. That hat is garbage, man.
Nah, man, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's average.
And Aaron Rodgers, man.
Man, I'm optimistic, but I'm not totally out there positive about it. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Quarterback now.
But what's up, man?
All right. So first question I got, because I want to hear some of your thoughts on this, because I've been thinking about this too. So what are you like with the first preseason game coming up on Thursday? What when it comes to some of the position battles, like cornerback, wide receiver, what are your thoughts on some of the back end part of that, the guys that are on the bubble of making the roster, or kind of the back fifth, sixth cornerback, or the fifth wide receiver? What are your thoughts on that?
This episode is presented to you by Dubby. Energized without the crash. Get clean, jitter-free energy with Dubby Energy. No sugar, no calories, no artificial dyes. Use code THE3THREAT, all caps, for a special deal at checkout. Power up with Dubby Energy today.
What's up? And then shout out Whole Strength. Wear your faith with purpose. At Whole Strength, we're more than just clothing. We're on a mission to spread the gospel through what we wear, through faith-driven design, building a community of believers, and representing your belief with pride. Use code 1010 for an exclusive discount. Join the movement and wear your strength in Christ with Whole Strength.
Yeah, the preseason is all about them because even with the Baltimore Ravens specifically, when you go down their entire roster, pretty much all of the starters are set. Obviously, Lamar Jackson, and backup going to be Cooper Rush. As far as a third quarterback, that would be Devin Leary. So that's it. It's Derrick Henry, Justice Hill, Keaton Mitchell. If they keep 4 running backs, then Rasheen Ali, but we'll see what happens with that. Ricard is the fullback at wide receiver. It's Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, DeAndre Hopkins. Now, that's where the first battle could get a little tricky because who's going to be that fourth wide receiver, or maybe even that sort of 3A, 3B wide receiver? Because again, it's going to be on DeAndre Hopkins as that third guy, but will it be DeAndre Hopkins and Tez Walker, or DeAndre Hopkins and Tylan Wallace? Which one of those guys between Tez Walker and Tylan Wallace is going to get more playing time? At tight end, you're set Mark Andrews and Charlie Kohler. Isaiah Likely will be that number 1, number 2 tight end when he gets back, but he's hurt right now. Offensive line is set Ronnie Stanley, Andrew Voorhees, Tyler Linderbaum, Daniel Falele, and the right tackle, Roger Rosengarten. But yeah, like you talked about, it's more so the depth guys, the back end. One position that I think is a big battle in the preseason is at return man. Who's going to be the Baltimore Ravens' primary returner? Is it going to be a Tylen Wallace? Is it going to be a Keaton Mitchell? Is it going to be a LaJohntay Wester, who they just drafted this year? Is it going to be a Dayton Wade? As far as cornerbacks, like you mentioned as well, the back end cornerbacks, because obviously Marlon Humphrey, Nate Wiggins, Jair Alexander, those are gonna be your top three. But besides that, you also have Chidobe Awuzie, who's a veteran. You have TJ Tampa, who's in his second year. He could get a lot more playing time. You have Jalen Armour-Davis, who the Baltimore Ravens really like a lot because they just continue to keep him around, even though he's gotten hurt a lot. They also did draft the two cornerbacks this year. One is Robert Longerbeam, and the other one, is Kone, I believe. Even though Kone has been hurt for a little bit, but so yeah, they have a lot of battles with that. As far as the linebacker situation, I think that's a big one for preseason. Like, and that's one of the starters because obviously Roquan Smith, he'll be one starter linebacker, but will it be Trenton Simpson next to him or will it be rookie Teddy Buchanan? I think they will lean towards Trenton Simpson. I don't think they want to throw all of that on a rookie, but you never know. That's what preseason is for. So we'll see with that. But yeah, it's just the kicking battle is over because they cut John Hoyland the other day. So it's gonna be Tyler Loop. And they obviously don't need a punter because Jordan Stout, he's gonna be the guy for that. But yeah, just a lot of those back end deals, the rotation guys, the depth pieces along the defensive line and offensive line, the depth pieces at wide receiver. That's what preseason is for. Because what's crazy about preseason, one thing that I think about a lot, guys are fighting for their jobs. On the actual team, whether it's be the Baltimore Ravens or somewhere else, guys are fighting for their jobs, but it can go two different ways. Well, actually, three different ways. One, they can make the team that they're currently on. Two, if they don't make the team that they're currently on, any film that you put out there, all 31 other teams, they can see it, which is a good thing for you because that could possibly give you another opportunity with another team. But there are also some guys that are going to be out there playing in the preseason, and after the preseason is over, they will never play another snap of professional football again. It can be over, and that's a very harsh, sad, brutally honest reality for a lot of those guys out there because a lot of them don't make teams and they keep going after it, and it ends. Their dreams of playing in the NFL, they end right after preseason. So it's tough. So this is why when it came out the other day that at training camp the Ravens got into the fight with the Colts. I'm like, man, it's that happens a lot in training camp. That's very normal in training camp, but emotions are high, tempers are high because guys' jobs are on the line. Their livelihoods is on the line, and they are really trying to find out what that next step in their life is going to be. And they trying everything that they possibly can to hold on to this NFL dream because only 1% of people make it in the league. And while NFL is National Football League, it also stands for not for long because people don't make it very long in the NFL. A lot of people don't make it through their first contract. A lot of people don't even make it to a second contract. So you could be very fortunate if you even make it to that. So yeah, preseason, it's a lot of pressure on these guys and a lot that we don't even necessarily think about too often, but it's a lot going on.
Yeah, I don't even think that brought like a new perspective on preseason because now there's like it really just humanizes the NFL athletes in a whole because it's like those guys that are not the starters, like it's pretty much if they don't perform, they're not going to be on the team before the regular season. So like if they don't show out these next couple of weeks, like they're not going to be on an NFL roster, and that's like that really does put a lot of perspective on like humanizing the NFL athletes for sure, because like that's something we don't really think about as fans, honestly. So that really does put perspective on that for sure.
Oh yeah. That's why I think it's important. It's very important because football, especially us as fans, the game is emotional for us. You're like, oh yeah, I love this. Oh yeah, go, run, touchdown, let's go. But then something that's very, very important that I think to not do is be like, oh, that guy sucks. Oh man, he's terrible. Oh man, get that weak guy off the field. Because these guys, like, they on that field for a reason. Again, it's only 1% of people that make it. And like you talked about the sport of football being humanized, the NFL players being humanized. If you say, oh, this guy sucks, that's somebody's son, that's somebody's brother, that's somebody's uncle, that's somebody's dad. That's somebody. That's a real person. It's not a robot you're talking about. It's not a video game that you're playing. These are actual people that are out there. So if you tell me, oh no, they suck, they terrible, they this, they that. Whether you're talking about that, like, especially on the channel, having a channel, having a being a content creator, I think is very, very important to be responsible with that, because that is a big responsibility. Because I will tell you, you never know who's watching. You never know.
Yeah.
Whether it's a player, the players themselves, whether it's the players' families. I'll tell you a story that I remember. I don't know if you remember, Jacob, about Kenneth Dixon. He used to play for the Ravens years ago. And he was a running back for the Ravens, and he would get hurt a lot. So I would be on the channel. Whenever I talk about him, I say, man, Kenneth Dixon, he could play, but he's so injury prone. He always getting hurt. He's it's a waste of a roster spot, because every time they keep him around, he just gets hurt, and it's no point. Kenneth Dixon, he's terrible. He is so bad. And one day, I had made a video because a story came out that Kenneth Dixon was driving around with his kid in the front seat on his lap, but he was just driving around. And I made a video on it. I'm like, man, this dude, Kenneth Dixon, what is he doing? Why is he driving around with a daughter on his lap? That don't make no sense. That's such a stupid decision. Later on that day, or maybe the next day, I got a DM, and it was from Kenneth Dixon. And he was like, no, I actually wasn't riding around with her in the street in my lap. We were just in an empty parking lot. And I was like, oh. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna put out another video to correct that. But then he also said, hey, look, I watched every single video that you put out about me. I watched it. I know you talk about my injuries and stuff, and I know I've been dealing with the injuries, but a lot of it is attributed to my diet. So I've cleaned up my diet, so I'm not dealing with the injuries like that anymore. And when he said that, I was like, wow. I didn't know that he watched my videos. And when he said that, I was like, that just put a lot into perspective for me, because I was like, whoa, the way that I was talking, and sometimes I would go back and watch those videos, I'd be like, oh my goodness, I really was really talking recklessly about this guy. And I was thinking, like, man, if somebody were to talk about me in that way, the way that I talked about him, I would be like, man, I probably feel bad. So that put a lot in perspective for me. And I was like, you know, I cannot ever talk about a player like that again. Like if they have a bad game, like, oh man, they suck, you suck, you suck. No, they had an off game. They had a bad day today. I'm sure they would have liked to do a lot better today, but it just didn't work out. So it's very important to carry the responsibility of being a content creator about football. It's super, super important, because again, you never know who's listening.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
That's deep. That's deep. God.
DM'd you after that
Whoa.
video. But yeah, I think I'm definitely a little guilty of doing that type of thing. I think personally I definitely need to
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
clean that up.
Maybe recently.
Yeah, you know.
Sometimes I
It's
get
tough.
a little emotional, and I gotta check myself a little bit.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
All right.
Cool.
We're gonna move on from that question. Little off of the preseason. I know we got the schedules for the regular season already. So you've seen all the games that are coming up. So what game is your like most anticipated matchup for the regular season that you're excited to watch as a fan, or even just in general?
I don't know. I can't really say I have a favorite game that I'm looking forward to the most, because I just love watching the team, man. I love watching the Ravens play. They are such a fun team to watch, but just really out the gate, starting with Buffalo, in Buffalo. And I can't call it, because I know a lot of Ravens fans have been like, oh yeah, that's going to be our revenge game. We're going to get payback on them. You can't get payback on them. The season from last year is over. You cannot do anything about them kicking you out of the playoffs from last year, because that's it. But I am looking forward to seeing how the Ravens come out, to seeing all the new pieces like DeAndre Hopkins, Jair Alexander, seeing Mike Green, seeing Derrick Henry do his thing again. I'm just looking forward to the Ravens. Just I want to see if they start off strong, both on offense and defense. I know there's gonna be a little growing pains here and there, gonna be like a couple hiccups here and there, because I don't expect the starters to play really at all in the preseason. We'll see. I know John Harbaugh said he's thinking about it, but he probably ain't gonna play the starters in the preseason. Because of what happened to J.K. Dobbins in, I think it was 2021. Because that was the last time he ever played starters in the preseason. Because the Ravens ran a screenplay, J.K. Dobbins caught it, Bradley Bozeman missed a block, and I forgot what team they were going against, and that ended J.K. Dobbins' season and really changed his career for the worse. And from that point on, Harbaugh, he ain't never play a starter again in preseason. But I'm just looking forward to seeing what their consistency is, what they're gonna come out doing great, what they're gonna come out doing not so great. I'm looking forward to seeing if Lamar Jackson can continue to elevate his game even more than he already has. If he could take it up to a whole nother level, I'm looking forward to seeing Tyler Loop, the Ravens rookie kicker, because he got a lot of pressure on him, a whole lot of pressure. Like you with Justin Tucker, obviously he had those allegations that caused the Ravens to cut him. But with Justin Tucker on the football field, he was one of the best ever to do it, and for a very long time. So coming in as a rookie kicker to have to follow that up, like Justin Tucker ain't even had that pressure on him because there were some good kickers that came before Justin Tucker, but they were not the best in the league. They were not the most consistent. But having to follow in Justin Tucker's footsteps on the field, that's a lot. And Tyler Loop, I remember in OTAs and minicamp, he was missing a lot. It was looking shaky, but then ever since training camp started, he been doing a whole lot better overall. Ravens had an open practice the other day, and he made all 11 field goals, and he's been making some long ones too from like 50, 60 yards. So he's been doing his thing. But I'm very excited to see how it goes in live game action because practice is one thing. But live game, whether it's an away game or home game, that's completely different pressure. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, I think we had a conversation a couple of videos ago. We were like, we didn't expect. I think we said we didn't expect Tyler Loop out the gate to be what Justin Tucker was because that's a lot of pressure on a rookie for sure. So we were just like, man, just go out there, be a rookie, do your thing. If you miss, like it's gonna happen. Like we're not expecting perfection. We just want to see how you look out there in game time, like playing things like that. But yeah, I think week 1, the Bills game is going to be an exciting game. Definitely you put a different perspective on like the revenge game perspective on it all because yeah, I mean, like you said, last season's history now at this point. So like we're on to this 2025 season. So, but I think
I actually have something I want to say about that. It's like I know you say it's over. But everyone, like, sometimes it's like a better, like, I personally have understood this for the past of like, I'm a Commanders fan. So.
Okay, yeah. Y'all came up last year. Last year was nice.
It was fun. We got a lot of, there's a lot of fun games. It was enjoyable to watch football for my own team for the first time in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, there's a few teams that we played last year. It felt really good to beat because of our past. It's just like, the Bears were one of them. It's like the Falcons were definitely one of them. We've had some struggle with them. Like anytime we beat the Eagles is always amazing too.
Yeah, and even in that the NFC Championship game, it's like the Commanders, they were doing their thing, and Jaden Daniels was doing his thing in that game. But then I think they started dropping the ball, they started fumbling the ball, and I'm like, man, he couldn't even do anything after that. And then I think he threw a pick after that. But he was playing really, really good, but his team was letting him down. But then I feel like after a while, everything just got unraveled, and that's when the Eagles really start taking off.
You can only
in
do
the
so
NFC
much when
Championship.
you're down that much.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Jaden Daniels, I like him a lot. He is nice, and I like with him. You could look at the completion percentage, how his completion percentage was so high, and think, oh, nah, he's just doing a bunch of dinking and dunking. But no, he would take some shots, but he takes very, very calculated risk. And he puts that deep ball on the money. So he's real nice, man. He's gonna be fun to watch. So to keep watching.
Oh yeah.
The one throw where I was like, this guy's gonna be one of the top quarterbacks for a long time was when he had that deep ball against Cincinnati.
That was a good one. That was a good
on
one.
the back of the end zone.
Back right corner to Terry McLaurin.
Oh, when he was on when it was like a full out blitz and he knew he was gonna get hit.
Dude,
I just gotta throw this and trust my guy. And I was like, that's one of the for a rookie, that's one of the most impressive things that I've seen in a while.
Like I'm going to go back to that Hail Mary. I was talking to friends
the
about
Hail
that.
Mary's just it's unmatched.
I'm not even talking about the fact that it was just a Hail Mary. I was like I don't know if you've been keeping up with like the Madden videos. Like he's been hanging out with. I saw he was hanging out with
Saquon and Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, the two of them.
Yeah.
And then it coming out how he's like, oh yeah, I had a broken rib on that play. It's like, do you know?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
He was played after that game. He's been playing he played the whole season after Carolina with a broken rib, and to do that, it's like I've had injuries that have been like that's like killed me. It's like to just I don't even know how you do that. These
Yeah.
athletes
Yeah.
on another level.
Tough, dude, mindset.
It's another level of toughness, man.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
absolutely.
I think what helps too is their paychecks as well.
Yeah,
Oh, that does help.
Oh yeah, game
that
checks.
will do it.
Yeah.
Like that's fine
You
with
gotta
me.
play to get those game checks.
Man.
So one argument we have on this channel a lot is with QB rankings. I'm not going to ask you your QB rankings. It's just we've
We've had a lot of
we've had a lot
conversations
like
about it.
it goes crazy. Like it's basically after 4, that's where it gets tricky. I feel.
Mhm.
I have my own opinion. I think you know who I think it is. But it's like
one, or are you talking about after 4?
After 4.
After 4,
After
it's
4.
like
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the fifth one gets a little. There's a.
Yeah,
I mean
that-
that's his number 2, right?
hey, JD5, he fits
There you
that
go.
spot.
JD5.
But like I just want to get you like this is not trying to be like too much like but like where do you feel that playoff success goes into your opinion on QB rankings? I'm not this is
That's a good question. That's a really, really good question. Because that is certainly part of the game. That's part of the game. But I think in order to even make the playoffs, how is your quarterback? How does he perform? I think a good way to look at it would be, all right, if you swapped the quarterback on this team with a different guy, how would that team do? Would that team still be as good as they are? Would they be better, or would they be worse? So I think that's the way that I look at when it comes to QB rankings. But yeah, just to answer your question, playoff that should be a part of it. I think it goes beyond just the playoff record, but actually looking and seeing what these QBs are doing in the playoffs. Because obviously we could look at like Lamar Jackson, for example. His playoff record is not pretty at all. But if you actually look at the games, like his second playoff game, for example, 'cause I know one that gets brought out a lot is his second playoff game of his career. But his it was against the Titans, where Ravens were the number 1 seed. They went 14-2. They had a first round bye. And they went against the Titans, and Lamar accumulated like 500 yards, but the Ravens got beat up. They got whooped. So you could think, oh man, yeah, the Ravens lost. Lamar Jackson, oh, bad game, threw a couple of interceptions. But then you look at it, it's like, oh, like his receivers dropped either like 7 or 8 passes. They dropped a couple of touchdowns. It was just ugly. It was an ugly game in so many different ways. But it can be very hard to do that for every single quarterback. Obviously, for whatever team you root for, you're gonna know a lot more details about that quarterback, what they do well in the playoffs, what they struggle with in the playoffs, and obviously in regular season. But I know a lot of people, when they do their rankings and whatnot, they can get caught up in just numbers, like looking at numbers on a stat sheet and be like, okay. Or looking at win and loss record and be like, oh, okay. And do their rankings from that. But yeah, I do think, just to sum it up, I do think playoffs is a part of it because that's part of your legacy. That's part of your resume. It can't just be, oh, regular season and this is why this quarterback is that good. No, we're gonna exclude playoffs. No, playoffs are still a part of it. Because if you would ask who is the most successful quarterback in the league right now, it's Patrick Mahomes. Because while he has had some amazing regular seasons, but postseason he got like a million Super Bowls, and nobody right now is even close. Now for me, if you ask me who the best quarterback and the really best player in the league is right now, I would say Lamar Jackson. But it just with the rankings, you got to take everything. You got to account for everything that's involved. Playoffs, regular season, their weapons, offensive line, coaching, just everything, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
just a quick follow-up with like you said with like team strength and like filling that in, how much do you feel like that team strength actually goes into that as well? Like is it
A
just
lot.
like the team?
A lot, because I feel like and he's cool. He's a good quarterback. But I feel like with the Eagles, if you put Patrick Mahomes on the Eagles, oh, they winning some Super Bowls. You put Lamar Jackson on the Eagles, oh, they winning some Super Bowls.
Mhm.
Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Jaden McDaniel, like I feel like there's a lot of quarterbacks you could put in that situation to where, because that team, especially they were so strong. I don't think they had a weakness. Offensive line, one of the best in the league. Saquon Barkley, best in the league. Wide receivers, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert at tight end. Their defensive line was crazy. It run defense, pass defense, their cornerbacks. Quinion Mitchell did his thing. Cooper DeJean, he came on strong. Like their team was so stacked that a lot of quarterbacks can go there, and you ain't got to do nothing crazy. But a lot of quarterbacks, in my opinion, they could replace Jalen Hurts. There we go. Thank you. They could replace Jalen Hurts, and they will still have a lot of. Jalen Hurts not bad at all. He's not bad at all. Jalen Hurts is nice, but I do still feel like a lot of quarterbacks could fill in for Jalen Hurts, and they will still have a lot of success because what the Eagles do, which I love about that team, they allow, even in the playoffs, they allow him, especially with how strong that team was, they allow him to make mistakes. He doesn't have to always be Superman. He ain't got to walk around with his cape. If he throws a pick, oh, okay, don't worry. Our defense got you. They allow him to just play a lot more, I want to say carefree, but they allow him to make more mistakes than an average quarterback because that defense got his back. The offense, they got his back. And they have so many weapons literally everywhere. It's such a strong team. Now, I don't fault them for that at all. I know some people, they like to sort of use that against the Eagles and their Super Bowl and Jalen Hurts and whatnot. But while the team was extremely strong, like I wouldn't mind if my team did that. Like if they were this super strong team with this super strong roster, and it looks like the Ravens are trying to do that, but I wouldn't mind that if there was even less on Lamar Jackson to do, because you know how crazy Lamar Jackson is and everything that he does on a weekly basis. If the Ravens were to be in that situation to where they were that strong and they would allow Lamar Jackson, if he could make some more mistakes, and it wouldn't hurt the team nearly as much when he made a mistake versus how the Eagles, I would love that because hey, my looking at it is like, hey, whatever you got to do to get to the Super Bowl, do it. Whether it got to be a strong, a super team, whatever it is, do it. Because one thing that they can never take away from Jalen Hurts, no matter what anybody says about him, no matter what anybody says about the team, no matter how anybody feels about him, he's a Super Bowl champion and Super Bowl MVP. Mm-hmm. Nobody can ever take that away from him at all, no matter what they say. So he got it. He got it. And he will forever have that. There can only be one Super Bowl winner every single year, and they got that last year. So no matter how you feel about Jalen Hurts, he got it. And the rest of the team, they got it too.
Yeah, I think the biggest point of that was just Jalen Hurts doesn't need to be Superman to do what he has to do to get that team to win because the team is so stacked as a whole. Like you see all the other the top four in general, like Mahomes, Lamar, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, they have to be Superman at certain points for their team to get to where they need to be. But Jalen Hurts, not just because he landed in this position where he is, where the team was just so perfect around him, he doesn't have to be this top two guy. He can just make some mistakes, not a lot of mistakes, but there can be mistakes that are made to the point where he can still get them to where they need to be, and that's to be a Super Bowl champion. So I mean, that's really good.
I definitely think like having like a good GM is like an important part of that, because like as the GM, you got to be able to like draft the right players, make the right moves, manage the salary cap to be able to like keep these teams together and keep the cycle of players at the highest level you could possibly do. Right. So I think that hurts a lot of other of the top quarterbacks that people would say are like some of the top ones. I feel like that definitely hurts some of them because their GMs don't necessarily I guess do the best job managing that kind of stuff.
Especially you question it some days.
I think Josh Allen would be the biggest.
Like Justin Herbert, I feel like he's one of the guys that because he hasn't had the greatest offenses in the world. So
I was gonna say I don't even they still win, but sometimes I question what Kansas City's doing some days with their receivers.
I can never. I don't
It's
even
like
wanna
it
talk
works,
about it. It works.
but how?
It's voodoo. It's voodoo going on at Arrowhead.
With that, it comes. I think it comes down to like just their level of like detail and their level of being able to execute at the highest
I
level.
feel a lot of it comes down to Andy Reid. Like,
Yeah, that's what I
like
mean.
yeah, it's like
Andy Reid's just that guy.
he just can work with the craziness.
Yeah, and like putting your players in like the best possible positions to succeed is one of the biggest things too.
Yeah, I think Andy Reid does such a good job of making so many different people weapons.
Yeah.
He's very, very good at doing that because you could think, all right, we got to cover Rashee Rice. Well, obviously when he was playing, we got to cover Rashee Rice, take him out the game. But then, they still had Hollywood Brown. Oh, we got to take Hollywood Brown out the game. Then they would have, I forget what their backup tight end name is behind. There we go. Yeah. So they made him a baller too. There was also this there was him too. There was another a fullback that they had too. The one who like chasing alligators and stuff. I forgot what his name was. He had like the long blonde hair.
Oh boy, Carson.
Is that him?
Oh.
I think that is him. So yeah, they
They
know how to they know how to make weapons out of everybody, and they do that every single year. You'll think, and even last year, I know their offense was down a little bit, but still, they find ways to get it done.
Xavier Worthy.
No.
Xavier Worthy, yeah, he's nice, man. He's scary.
His first touch
Was a
he
touchdown.
didn't get touched.
75 yards. Boom. Gone.
Like that sweep play against the Ravens, he didn't get touched.
Thanks to the Ravens, yeah.
You said you still used to play. Well, you do play Madden. Only 99 speed player in the game. Xavier Worthy.
Xavier Worthy, got it. Yeah,
So
that's crazy, man.
fastest guy in the NFL.
He is really facing.
Dude, they didn't even give.
I wanted the Ravens to draft him last year too.
You didn't want that?
I wanted to draft him, and I did.
Okay.
I really wanted them because I feel like they needed a deep threat last year. But obviously, I mean, Rashad Bateman showed that he could be a deep threat. But Xavier Worthy, he just that speed, man, is something very, very serious. And it's something very, very dangerous. And remember when the Bills they traded picks with the Chiefs so the Chiefs could pick Xavier Worthy?
Yeah.
Oh boy, really? But when he went to the Chiefs, I'm like, really? Like you giving Andy Reid somebody else now too? But yeah, he's dangerous, man. And yeah, he did make me upset twice in that Ravens and Chiefs game. I believe he scored twice. I know he definitely scored once, but I think he scored 2 times. But he's a very frustrating player to watch when your team is going against him.
Yeah. All right. So I have a non-Ravens related question, and I'll get to my final question as well. So I want to see your opinion on this because this is something it's recent news, mostly on the Micah Parsons situation going on in Dallas. Just wanted to like put your thoughts out there and like see what you were thinking. Like if Micah were to leave Dallas, where would you think would be like the best option for him to go?
Really anywhere because Micah Parsons is an elite player. He's a game changer. He's a game wrecker. He's somebody that has been extremely consistent with production, and that's hard to find. It's very, very hard to find. He's just fast. He's strong. He's a freak of nature. He's crazy, man. Michael Parsons is really he's really like that, man. So I feel like he could go anywhere and make an immediate impact, make a big difference, just like that. Now I don't think he's going to go anywhere, because I don't know if you remember Myles Garrett earlier this offseason.
Yes.
He got paid huge contract. But about I think about a week or maybe a week and a half before he got that contract, maybe even 2 weeks, he came out, he wrote a letter. I'm requesting a trade out of Cleveland. I've been here for a long time. I give my all to Cleveland. But I'm just tired of losing. I want to win. I want to go somewhere where I can win. And I was like, oh my goodness, Myles Garrett, you trying to get out of Cleveland? Oh yeah, this is great. A couple weeks later, he ended up getting paid. I said, you got me. You got me. Even Brandon Ayuk. Remember everything that was happening with him last year?
Absolutely. Yeah.
He was trying to get traded.
But we were trying to get him.
But because I remember one day he came to he was driving to the facility with a Pittsburgh Pirates hat.
Yeah, he came to Pittsburgh, and we were like, "Oh shoot, we might actually get Brandon Ayuk."
Dude,
Turns
how do
out he signed a
how do
contract.
you think I felt? He was on FaceTime every day he was on doing YouTube lives
Oh,
with like
Jaden.
Jane Daniels. I was like his old teammate.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I feel like they know what they're doing.
they're just
Oh yeah, they do.
They're trying to troll the fans.
they just are bored, I guess. They're trying to find some way to entertain themselves during the off season.
Hey, it's giving me content at this point, so I got to do.
No, that's true. It's true. But he ended up getting re-signed, and it sucks because for him it's great, but it sucked at the same time because he got re-signed to his big money deal, and then boom, he got hurt, ended up missing the season.
Yeah,
But this is why players they try to get their deals, and I know there was somebody else. Well, even look at Lamar Jackson a couple of years ago.
True.
He put out the tweets. Hey, I requested to be traded on March such and such, but talk to Eric DeCosta. I want to be traded somewhere else. And then a little bit later, he ended up getting his contract. So I think with Micah Parsons, even with him putting out the trade requests and all that, I think he ends up staying in Dallas, especially because of how Dallas usually gets their deals done. Remember Ezekiel Elliott like years ago? He wanted a new contract, and Dallas they didn't want to give it to him at first, and they waited, and then like right before the regular season started, he got his contract.
Yeah.
With Dak Prescott, oh boy, they not this recent contract, but the contract before, because they just recently signed to a new deal this year, I think. But a couple years ago, Dak Prescott, he was fighting. They were pushing it back. Then they finally gave him his bread. With CD Lamb, he didn't have to wait as long. He had to wait a little while, but he didn't have to wait as long. But Dallas, usually Jerry Jones, he usually waits, and pushes it all the way to the last minute, and then boom, they end up coming up and striking a deal. So I think that's what's gonna happen with Micah Parsons. I would love if he want to come to the Ravens or something like that, but it ain't gonna happen. So I think he's gonna end up staying in Dallas.
If Micah Parsons goes to the
love
Ravens,
that too,
I
but-
would lose.
I just want him out of the division. I don't care where he goes.
Out of the NFC East.
The
I
NFC
love that, but that's not how the Ravens operate. So
No.
I would love it, but I would definitely not expect that.
I don't know. It's like the only reasons why I see him leaving is just Jerry Jones is being Jerry Jones still. Just like it's like he doesn't. I don't know. Like how much. Like I was what is it called on Instagram the other day? I was like saw Micah Parsons' post. Like it just seemed very sincere more than a lot of the other guys when they post, because when you see like a player post like this sort of stuff, like and not like addressing it, it's been written up by a lawyer. It's been written up by like their whole their whole team, their GMs, like not their GM, their agents seen it. I feel like it just genuinely felt like it was just pulled up notes app, post.
Yeah.
It's just like, and I've been seeing this stuff. Jerry Jones, he's talking a lot of stuff about this guy, and it's like this is like not media stuff you go to talk about. Like he's like airing out stuff that should not be aired out to the media, and I could understand why he'd want to leave under that situation.
Yeah. But one thing they do say with football, we talked about it earlier, like when you brought up Jaden Daniels and how like on that Hail Mary play against was that against the Bears?
The Bears.
I think it was. But how he said he was playing with broken ribs, with broken ribs for the rest of the season from that point. And said, hey, that paycheck that'll ease those broken ribs quite a bit. So with Micah Parsons, I want to get out of Dallas, I want to get traded. Jerry Jones talked to his agent David Mulligetta, and they come to a deal. All that'll go away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
That's usually how it goes. It's a big tactic is the trade request.
Mm-hmm. It sure is.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Usually gets it done faster, but not if you play for the Cowboys. But
yeah.
There's a world where Micah Parsons will have his contract before week 1. There's no.
I think so.
There's no way.
I think the other guy
they let that go into the season and he still doesn't have his contract.
no,
They're gonna sign him.
He's gonna sign a week before.
He's gonna get his extension and he'll still be a Cowboys.
I think the guy you were looking at, like you said there was another guy who's been holding out, and that is sadly Terry McLaurin.
Oh, wide receiver. Yeah.
You're right.
That's waiting for that contract to happen.
He'll get his money. It's the Commanders got money.
Yeah, but we're not.
This is just what players do to get to at least try to get some leverage and get as much money as they possibly can.
I was surprised that he never seemed like the type of guy to hold out from what I've seen from Terry. It just was more surprising. It's like, I don't know.
And when that money comes knocking, it's a different story.
He just got married. He's like, I need more money.
Yeah.
Need that money.
He
Come
and
on.
even with that, I'm sure you saw it.
His
And I
whole
was like,
family.
no, the with him getting married.
Yeah.
With how the Commanders, they were posting all those pictures of the players that got married in the offseason, but they left him out.
Well, see, like I think that like people are blowing that out of proportion because no one actually looks into the post because they posted that before he got married, and
They
then
did?
they even gave him his own post.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they gave him a whole like slideshow, like 7 posts about it.
People just want to stir.
And they're like, oh, they just
see?
were ignoring Terry McLaurin. No, he wasn't married yet.
It's content. It's content. It gets everybody like, oh,
I know.
what's
Oh,
happening?
I get it. I get why accounts do it, but when
yeah.
like people just don't like do some research. You know, it's like not.
Oh,
It's like,
see, I didn't know that.
no, it's like it's all good. It's just, but it's like,
don't
don't call them out like that.
oh, I'm not calling anybody out. It's just like, but like. When people like draw it out of proportion, people out of proportion.
We're being funny. You're good.
Yeah, it's like,
but yeah,
that's what the off season's for, man.
Oh yeah,
everything out of
we
proportion.
You got something.
That's what Madden's for.
There we go. There we go. Good callback.
We tried fixing the Cowboys on it. Didn't work.
Yeah, no, that was rough.
That's a tough thing to do is fix the Cowboys.
I read something the other day. I don't know how true it is, and that they were possibly thinking about Terry McLaurin for Tyreek Hill, because that would be something right there, man.
I'm gonna say this as a Commanders fan. I don't like that trade because I don't like the culture that Tyreek Hill brings into a locker room. I love Terry McLaurin is way better in the locker room than Tyreek Hill is. I'm sorry. As a Christian, I have an issue with the guy who's like, just like I'm not trying to like I don't want to press judgment on too many people. Not my place. Like, but like, just like that many. That's a lot of kids. He's got a lot of kids, and it's like I'm sorry, but like, it's a part of that person. It's like
you're right.
It's just like
you're right, and I shouldn't laugh. That's serious.
It's just like
Terry McLaurin here versus Tyreek Hill.
Are you saying it's kind of like the perception that he gives off?
It's not even a perception. I've seen him you see him in the locker room.
What he shows in the media.
Yeah, he's like how he like. I don't want that. Like we already had issues with our vision, like how we're looked on by the media. We are with our ex-owners. It's like we don't need more toxicity in our locker rooms.
I think it even goes beyond that. If you just speaking about the culture on the team on the Dolphins in their locker room. Because I don't know if you remember, I think it was after week 18, after the last game of the season last year for the Dolphins. And Tyreek Hill was like, no, I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of I'm so used to going to the playoffs. I'm tired of missing the playoffs. Yeah. He basically said that he wanted out, that he's like, oh, this thanks for everything. But he was basically saying his goodbyes. Yes. But then I did see Tua the other day. He was talking about it. And he was like, yeah, we all remember what Tyreek Hill said, and we got to work through that. And he was just basically saying like, hey, we didn't forget what Tyreek Hill said, and it's not cool yet, but I mean, we're going to work through it though. So there would be the risk of stuff like that. Obviously, phenomenal player, dynamic player, extremely dangerous wide receiver. But if stuff is going a little wrong, then there's that risk of something like that.
Well, yeah, it's like what I was saying. Like, he, like Terry McLaurin, will stay with you through thick and thin. He went through so many bad quarterbacks, and it's like this is why I'm annoyed we haven't paid him. He's like he stuck with us when we literally had Carson Wentz as our quarterback. Who else?
I'll give you one worse. Sam Howell.
The Sam Howell was better than Carson Wentz. No, with us, with us, he was better.
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith did well.
Taylor Heineke.
I loved Heineke.
Love Heineke.
Great guy.
Heineke was great.
Got to watch him play in the game the other day. He played
on the Chargers
now.
Oh, he's on the Chargers?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was at least their backup last.
He's their third string now.
Yeah.
But like, who else did we have? Oh, what's his name?
Dwayne Haskins.
Dwayne Haskins. That like his quarterback from Ohio State.
Yeah.
Oh, there was one other I'm blanking on, but like we had to like if you wrote down all the quarterbacks he's had or caught a touchdown from, it's
Kirko.
he didn't play with
Alex
Kirk.
Smith.
He never played with Kirk Cousins.
Alex Smith.
Alex
And-
Smith.
And
Yeah,
biggest thing is like he never complained about it.
he just
Mm-hmm.
Went to
Shows up.
work.
Like no trouble, no.
like this is.
Yeah.
I think this is
Yeah,
going to be the
like,
first
going to
back-to-back
India.
season of one starting quarterback we've had since 2017.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was Kirk Cousins was the last back-to-back starting quarterback.
I mean, I can say the same thing.
He has a turnover.
Wait, was it? No, yeah, it was because
Was
Taylor Heineke didn't start the season for us.
No, it was.
It was-
That's crazy.
You're
This is
right.
the
You're
first-
right. You're right.
This is the first time since
It was
2017
going to be
that
it was going to be Taylor Heineke, but then we went out and got another guy, and then realized he sucked and
Yeah.
played
I do.
someone else.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's like
No, I hear you, bro. I think the culture of a locker room is so important for the team, and like having people who don't bring toxicity and bad vibes to a locker room is really important for like team unity and like brings like even not even like the players to the coaches to the GMs, like everybody up in the front office, and like it just makes it better when you have people who actually want to be together there for a certain goal. So like that is very important for a team more than as good as Tyreek Hill is. There is that, like you said, there is that factor that he can be a liability if they just start losing games again. So,
or if he's just not getting the ball,
or
like
if
he
he's not
wants.
even getting the ball, yeah, because like we've seen a lot of wide receivers how they act when they don't get the ball as much as they would like. So like,
Who
it's
am I thinking of? There's one in
yeah.
particular. Oh wait, your ex guy is like
George Pickens. Yeah. I don't even want to talk about him.
Hey, he's a Dallas
I don't
Cowboy.
want to talk about him. I don't want to talk about him no more. We ain't gotta talk about him no more.
he's on the Cowboys.
He on doing better things. I wish him well in Dallas. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk bad about George Pickens.
Nah.
Oh, I wasn't talking bad about
I would
him.
never.
I would not. I'm not doing that. It's like I'm just
I would
gonna like.
never. But yeah,
He did say a lot about that.
Justin, do you have anything else you want to say for us before we're about to sign it off here for you, brother? We don't want to keep you long. So like, do you have anything else you want to say before we sign you off for the night?
No, man. Y'all look good, man. I appreciated y'all bringing me on, man. So thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate you, man. You're yeah, you gave me a lot of stuff to think about. Like, and not even like for a football perspective, but like as a content creator, that was a lot of good stuff you gave us for advice and stuff.
Yeah.
So we really do appreciate it.
Oh yeah, no problem at all, man.
Yeah. All right. Am I closing? Yeah, I'm closing. All right, guys. We'll put Ingravenvids socials down at the bottom in our description. Go follow him if you want to look at Ravens content and also just more things in general in the NFL. Thank you so much for us again, brother. Thank you for being on this interview. Guys, that's it for our episode. We'll see you next time. God bless.